Yo, I hope you're doing good. This is a new plugin beat tutorial, but this time we're gonna learn how to make beats like Kirani. Not this Kirani. This Kirani. Let me know what you think of this video, and let me know if you want more tutorials like this. Let's get to it. Well, first, we gotta know who is Kirani.
A loser.
Oh my cousin. Alright, let's try again.
Yo, it's Big Kirani in here, bruh. You feel me?
And why do you make beats?
Cause it's fire. When I'm making my chords, bruh, I just feel me. I just keep layering them until it sounds full to me, bruh.
What about leads? What do you gotta say about leads?
Leads, it's literally just I just place whatever I'm hearing. Like I don't even like pick the right lead first. I just pick a lead that I know sounds good, and then I lay down whatever I'm hearing in my head, and then I'll probably go back and like change the lead to a better sound or something.
Is that a pattern that you always use?
Yeah, I have like sometimes I make the same patterns. Like I'll use like the same patterns I've used in other beats, and I'll just like change it up a little.
Strings. Well, what I usually see people doing is actually very different from what you do here. You use like 3 layers of chords. People usually use one and they extend to the end. What do you gotta say about it?
I feel like that's just boring. Like it doesn't add the same emotion that you get from using different notes. But I do use the same note sometimes. And then like you can see like the next string, I basically just did that. I just have one string.
This one?
Yeah, it's higher up.
That is true. When you hear everything with the beat, it does sounds like fuller. Like it doesn't sound empty.
Yeah,
which is great.
That's how I like my melodies to sound like very full.
That is great. What do you gotta say about this one? Are those pizzicatos? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it just adds more to like the background.
This is something that me personally I struggle with. I never know how to make good melodies for pizzicatos, and I barely use them. You can actually notice because of that. I don't know how to use them, and I don't even know which ones to use. So which ones do you use?
This is like almost the only one I use.
From SRX, Night Pizzico.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the sauce right there. All right, let's see what else you got here. You got is this another lead? No, it's our bells.
But I randomly just found this preset, and like sometimes I'll just be going through different presets, and I just found this one.
Techtopia. It's an actual fast synth. I thought it was a bell.
Yeah, it sounds like a bell. That's why I picked it.
I see. What do you gotta say about this one right here? Are those strings?
Nah, it's like a wah guitar.
What do you gotta say about the wah guitars? You always use them sometimes?
Nah, I rarely use them, but I heard it. Yeah, I just heard it.
Interesting. So it's basically everything's about ear.
Facts.
Thing is, do you know music theory?
Not at all.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, that's
okay, hold on. Everyone says nothing, but like I know like the basics, bro. I know the basics. Literally just the basics.
Right. So
but I feel like for leads, it like music theory doesn't matter for leads, bro. You just place what you hear, and like if it sounds good, it sounds good.
Well, but we can see that you also make chords, so it seems like
Yeah, but like there was no theory involved. I just experiment, bro. It takes me so long to make chords because I don't know music theory. I just play stuff and keep it's just trial and error, bro, until it sounds good to me. Cause like I always hear what I want in my head, but it just takes me a long time to actually place it down and get it what I want.
when you make your chords, you hear first something. For example, you start a new project. You already have something in mind, or you just place random notes until you like hear something.
Pretty much like I think I started with the you see the D sharp
Yeah.
in the first chord. I think I started with that, and then like that chord right there, I think I just started with that and then built on top of it. It's not the same every time, like the starting process. Like sometimes I'll like arpeggiate the notes or whatever. It's just whatever I feel like sounds good. I always have strings. I always have some type of pluck in the background, and then I think I always have a lead too.
What about making the melody crowded and not doing it? Because people say that simple is good. Some people like complicated. What do you think?
I think that I'm just very extra, and I like to lay out as many ideas as I can come up with as possible. And if I feel like it's too much, then I'll take it out. But I like to like if you see like a bunch of the patterns, they're not like crazy like you feel me? They're just like simple like plucks or something.
Kirani, what do you gotta say about drums? I see you have
Here we go.
a
Bro. Here
lot
we
of
go.
drums here. A lot of
Bro,
drums.
I always go like OD with the drums, bro. I always add so many different patterns, but it's because like I like to spread out like each sound. Like if you look at them, they're not like there's not a bunch of patterns in the same sound. I like to spread them all out. So then that's why I add so many different sounds.
What about hi-hats?
I think the hi-hats should bounce off everything else. That's how I go about making my hi-hats. Like sometimes I don't even start with hi-hats. I just like I'll start with all the snares and perks and stuff, and then I'll go back and add the hi-hats. Or sometimes I'll start with them, and then after I've added all like the snares and stuff, I'll go back and change the hi-hats to fit the snares and stuff.
What is the first thing that you add when it comes to drums?
The clap.
The clap.
After the clap, I'll either go hi-hats or I'll go like snares or something.
I see. I heard people saying that it's good to start with kicks sometimes.
I feel that, but like I feel like I don't know. I just like to like whenever I do drums, I go clap and then I'll either go snares and stuff or I'll go hi-hats and then I do like the kick and 808s like very last. That's the very last thing I do.
I see. I understand. There's something that I see you using in a lot of beats, which is the bongo.
Bro, I just like the way it sounds. Like it like everything bounces off each other. And I love it.
I'm not sure if it's the bongo. Yeah, it is. It is. It's actually it. But it's a very Kirani thing, a very things that add a lot of signature to it. That's the thing about making beats. A lot of people, you can, how can I explain it? It's like it's very personal. So that's why I had this
everyone
idea.
has their own signature.
Exactly. So it's not about just making beats. It's about like adding your own sound to it, which is crazy.
Facts.
That's the crazy thing about making pluggnb or any other beats. When people make those and they make tutorials, they're not teaching how to make like other people. They're teaching how to make like themselves. That's why I'm teaching people how to make pluggnb like you. Because
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's all inspired by other people, but it's like my own take on it.
Exactly. That's the crazy thing about music. You always like find yourself making things your way. It's not like someone else's.
Like as you can see, like a lot of the sounds are from Kyoto's kit. Like I just been super inspired by his beats, and I just tried to make something like that with like my own style.
You want to say something about the effects?
I mainly just I don't like to do too much with effects. I mainly just add like transitions, and then that's pretty much it, bro. Sometimes I'll add like different ambience and stuff, but it just depends on the beat.
What about mixing?
Bro, mixing is so hard, bro. Like it's hard, but like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you just gotta figure out what you like. I like all my stuff to sound wide, so like you can see like all the mixer tracks, they have stereo separation, and like yeah, I just like to make everything sound wide.
Is there a go-to for leads, for chords that you always use, or no?
Like in terms of mix,
Yeah, in terms of mixing.
uh pretty much, yeah. I just whenever I'm mixing something, I literally just EQ out the lows of everything, and then I'll like boost some highs and mids, and then I'll just add like whatever effects I feel like it needs.
But the main thing is the EQ.
Pretty much, yeah. Like you don't need to add like if you pick the right sounds, you don't need to add a bunch of stuff. You just make everything fit in the mix, like EQ in the lows, maybe boost some highs and stuff.
I see. What about panning?
I don't pan stuff too much, but when I do it, I pan it a little bit because I
Uh,
don't like everything to sound like too far in one ear.
I see. Is there any instrument in specific that you pan, or it can be anything?
Anything, like I don't normally pan like chords or strings, but like I'll pan like a lead a little bit to the left, or I don't know. I just like it's literally just a me thing. Like I hate when stuff sounds too far in one ear. I feel like everything has to be like centered.
Mastering. Have something to add?
In terms of mastering, I okay. What I did with this beat and what I'm gonna start doing from now on is like, you don't have the that fruity wrapper right there. It was just an EQ, but basically what I just did was I put on an EQ on the master, and then I like made sure everything was level, like all the frequencies were like flat.
The other thing that I want to talk about is beat arrangement. I see a lot of people struggling with arrangement because, well, when I started, I didn't know how to arrange my beats. What do you gotta say towards that?
But like you just like it's kind of simple. Like you just like if you listen to music, you kind of understand how arrangement is. Like when a song plays, like you might have an intro, or it might just go straight into like the pre-chorus, and then you got the chorus, and then you got a verse, and then maybe a bridge, and then back to the chorus. It's like if you listen to enough music, you kind of just understand it naturally. This is basically the arrangement I do for every beat. I'll start the beat with like little to no sounds. Like I might have like a bell or something, and then I'll just introduce everything slowly, and then when you get to the chorus, I'll maybe cut out the 808 and stuff, and then let everything come in, and then for the second half of the chorus, I'll have like most of the sounds playing, and then I'll cut it out, and then just let the drums come back in.
I learned that your playlist has to tell a story. So it's basically,
Yeah, low key.
how do you start and how do you finish? It's basically a story. So it gets to a point that, for example, here you can just it gets to a point that you can just Control B, and then you change a little bit in the end, like you did right here, because we don't like
Yeah,
to hear the same thing over and over because it gets boring eventually.
exactly.
So it's
It's
always
like
good to
you
make
just
changes.
started off with the intro, and then you get to like a little spicy part, and then you give it a little break, lead it back up to the spicy part again, and then the outro. Hey, bruh, if y'all follow me, bruh, I appreciate y'all. No cap, bruh. Like, I'm low key proud of myself because like I've been very consistent for like the past 5 or 6 months. Like I've been posting every other day, and I don't plan on stopping no time soon. So you feel me? Like I feel like with the schedule I have is very easy to like maintain it, because if you're posting every other day, if you have just 2 beats, that's like 4 days. Where you have 4 days to make more beats. So it's like I don't really get beat blocked that much because like I have so many beats that I'm sitting on. Where like I have enough beats for maybe like a month and a half to post. So like basically I have a month and a half to make more beats.
This was a tutorial. I hope you learned something from it, and big shout out to Kirani, bro. All his links will be linked in the description. And thank you so much for being part of this video. I'll post the breakdown of this beat tomorrow in case you want to see the instruments used on this beat. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.